Welcome to episode 418 of the official Game Stitch podcast. I'm Ryan Walton, and as always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Producer Gerald's in the house. Give us a good morning, Gerald.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. That's
Like
better than
very official this
No.
morning.
He's always efficient.
No, I said we're very official.
Official. Oh.
Yeah. Like
thought you said-
a no-nonsense intro.
I thought you said Gerald was being efficient with his statements, but that's just Gerald.
Yeah, we keep Gerald on a word count for every
He's
episode.
very conservative with his words. He conserves those words.
Yeah, he's on that word count per episode, so he doesn't he's got to watch it.
No double spaces allowed.
Make sure he doesn't exceed it.
No white font.
He's penalized. We take away more words for next week if he goes over. So it's important that you pace yourself. Quick update. I'm still sick. I think it's different, though.
Now you got a different sick.
Yeah, I think I beat COVID, or whatever that means. I think I don't have COVID anymore. But I seem to have developed a different head cold after I completed COVID.
Lucky you.
Yeah, my immune system's being a real punk ass.
I seem to be healthy.
Yeah. Well, good. That's the way to go.
That's what I hear.
Once you've had COVID, if you have symptoms, though, these little head cold I got right now doesn't feel like anything.
Right, you're all good. You're like, I could run a marathon.
Yeah, the weird part is I have less taste and smell now than when I was positive for COVID.
Oh, you may never get that back.
Yeah. I had a body armor last night, the tropical punch one.
Mm-hmm.
It could have just been water. That's how little taste I have right now. It tasted like zero.
You might be like that for the rest of your life, bud.
It's fine. I'll learn to love it. I'll just become I've already was sort of a texture guy. I'll just become a full-on texture guy.
Full-on texture guy? You're
Uh-huh.
just going to embrace the texture of foods and drinks?
Yeah, I'll critique food strictly based off of look and texture.
Interesting. There might be a market for that.
Yeah. Like a texture food. Yeah, after COVID, there may be a market for people who just
That's
review
what I'm
looks
saying,
and texture.
dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. It might be onto something here.
You ever think about that, like, when you look at, people that, food blog or whatever, and you're like, hey, if I'd have just grabbed a camera 10 years ago and just started going to places I like to eat and recording it, I could do that as a career right now. Not specifically that, but, anything. There's so many things, if you'd had just done it before it was a thing that everybody does.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, you still have to have, a certain eye and a certain bit of talent. And, like we were talking before, I don't know that it's something I'd be able to do because you have to look a certain way regardless to do that kind of thing, and I don't look that way. I could maybe do whiskeys, I guess.
Nobody was on this call earlier. Dan's decided he looks like an alcoholic. For everybody that's confused right now about what he's talking about.
Yeah. Because I've tried different things with, my facial hair. I've, tried shaving it all off and, trimming the beard and just having a whole beard or just a goatee or, just a mustache or just a, chin beard. And no matter what I do, I always look like I'm, in the middle of a binge.
Have you thought about growing your hair out? Maybe that'll...
That doesn't usually help. That usually makes it worse.
Yeah, I just like to see with long hair. What about a long beard? Because you've never got long.
I never have got a long beard.
What's that, five guys over right there? The guy with the suit jacket on? Gerald?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
I mean, the thing is his is, I would probably have to dye mine because his is a cool gray. And mine is really drab gray, dirty gray. So I would probably have to dye it to make it white.
Oh, dude, look at that shredded guy.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that dude before.
That first one he pulled up, that guy's got a real classy look to him.
The dude in the suited up.
Coif, yeah.
Yeah. I like the dude with the fedora. I like his. That's more the style of what my beard would look like, I think. If I
the
grew
first
it
guy?
long. Yeah.
That guy looks slightly more homeless.
Right. I feel like that's what my beard would look like because it's got The mixture of the browns and the
Yeah,
grays.
go back to that first guy.
and the
So
whites.
what that first guy's got going on is his goatee has decided not to be a beard,
Yes.
but he has a beard.
Yes.
Like he has two different facial hairs. Some people have that. I
They're in
sort of have
conflict
that.
with one another.
Yeah, I sort of have that. If I let mine see that guy, is that hot old guy that was like everywhere, went viral?
I don't know. That looks good though. That's a good looking beard.
Yeah, that's a good looking. But that's a manicured beard though. That's a lot of work at that point.
I know, and I don't want to
basically-
do that.
Yeah, at that point you're basically shaving every day. Now go back there. What about that mohawk? That he's got a hawk in one of those pictures.
No, I'm not doing a mohawk.
It might help the look if you're worried about no one. I don't think anyone with a mohawk. Look at that. That guy doesn't look like he drinks all the time. He looks like he beats people's ass. Or maybe he's a DJ.
Yeah, but I don't look like him.
You might if you did that.
I don't
That's
know.
what I think you would look like if you got your hair a little bit longer and you grew your beard out.
Yeah, you think that's what I'd look like? That
Yeah,
guy
like
right
side
there?
profile, yeah.
Hmm.
Because your beard gets fluffy.
I do have, yeah.
Yeah, don't grow your hair out like that. That's not what I meant.
That's what I thought you meant.
No,
I was
that's
like,
not what I
That's not
meant.
gonna help, dude.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant just like a little longer, like that Clooney. Get the Floby.
Get the Floby.
Yeah. I still don't believe that's how he cuts his hair. Look at that hair.
Nah, it looks good.
He's
Maybe
a-
he cuts
he's a-
his hair that way. I'm not doing that.
He's a beautiful man. The man bun, you're out for it. See, look
Yep.
at that. That's not bad. That guy might drink though.
Yeah.
There you go. You could do the
Yeah, I'm not doing the Jeff Bridges. He definitely drinks.
you could do the bridges.
I'm not doing the Lebowski.
Yeah,
That's
he
not
does
gonna
definitely
help.
drink. We all have beards, so I think
do all
everybody's
have-
better with a beard.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen Gerald. Have I ever seen you clean shaven?
If you did, it would have been in January of a year. Because
I
when
don't
I
think-
shave, it's a clean shave January 1st.
You like totally like nothing?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you that way.
Hmm.
The podcast must land to where you've already got like stubble back.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I shaved January 1st this year, it was a couple days later. That's when I cut it all, and I just had like
You
a
didn't
little
do it
bit.
on the first. Oh, yeah. The first would have been a Friday.
Mhm.
We didn't
I did.
record right then. You weren't on that episode. We
Right.
recorded right before then.
Oh.
Because didn't we record like right at New Year's Eve or something? Isn't that the one you missed?
Yeah, the New Year's Eve one. But no, you because you still
Yeah,
sent me the
recorded on
mail.
the 3rd. Yeah, we recorded on the 3rd.
You recorded on the 3rd.
Dude, I was in the throes of COVID. I couldn't tell you anything that happened. I was
Fair enough.
NyQuil NyQuil and determination on that episode.
Fair enough.
I think I named it Bug Snacks and Insomnia
Something like that. I think you're right.
because I couldn't sleep. I was a hot mess that episode. Sorry about that, everybody.
I guess it made for fun listening. It's fine.
I don't know that it did. A shitty show doesn't always make for fun listening.
Fair enough. That's fair.
It's a thin line that you have to walk between like shitty and entertaining.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I don't remember you being clean shaven. Now I've seen you clean shaven, Dan.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
You do mess with your facial hair a lot.
Yeah, and it doesn't ever help. I still
Yeah.
always look like, ooh, look at him. He's hungover.
Yeah, I think it's because your stubble is so like defined.
It could be. It could. Yeah, like even when I clean shave, like
Yeah,
you could still see like the hair underneath is
yeah.
ready to
You
poke
have like
through.
an intense man stubble.
Yes,
Like you always have that like 5 o'clock shadow.
always.
Yeah, I think that's why you think you look like an alcoholic is because you always have that
Maybe I
that
don't-
John
it's just-
Hamm thing.
Yeah, I was just. It occurred to me the other day. I was like, what the? It doesn't matter what I do. Look at this. Look at me.
Yeah, John Hamm's always got that shadow.
Yeah. Only I'm
He's
no
got
John Hamm.
He's got that chiseled, defined jaw too.
Right.
Also an attractive gentleman. But he always looks like he's been drinking as well.
That's true as well.
See?
Yes, he does.
See, especially like that second picture, like he probably just shaved.
He does look like, yeah.
Right there, like he probably shaved that morning.
But look at that first picture. That's like super clean shaven, and he looks like he's been drink. He looks drunk right there.
Yeah, he actually looks drunk in that picture. He's an attractive man.
But he always looks drunk.
I love Don Draper. I love him in Mad Men. What a good show that was. Still watching NCIS.
Good for you.
Yeah. I've slept through no less than a quarter of the episodes.
You didn't miss anything. Didn't miss a beat.
I think I'm still caught up. Like I think
Right. I
think
agree.
I'm still good. It is
are.
still like I think I said it last week. It is more Scooby-Doo than ever. Like I can't now all I can think about is Scooby-Doo. They always get their person. They always confess. I mean, their close rate is 100%.
Right, yeah, they're good at it.
It's incredible.
They're good at their job.
Yeah, they go in interrogation and they're like, cut the bullshit. And they put 2 pieces of paper down. The guy's like, I didn't have any choice, okay? I'm like, it never goes like that. Literally never goes like that.
Right.
Right, Gerald, you're a cop, you know. People aren't confessing like that left and right. I assume everybody just, as soon as you go in interrogation, you just say you want a lawyer. That's how I assume the real world works.
Oh, they always but cops always get mad at that, and they always like, oh.
That's where you go, a lawyer's not going to save your ass this time. And they're like, you're right, I did it, but I didn't have a choice.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's NCIS world.
It's super good. I like it. I don't want anybody to think I'm shitting on it. I'm a fan.
I don't understand why people, when you see that, why people don't just go lawyer. And like every time, like that would be, if I was ever brought in for interrogation, that would be my answer to every question they ask me.
Yep, lawyer.
I want a lawyer.
Yep.
Every question.
Yeah. Can you state your
Hold
name?
on just a
Lawyer.
second here, blah, blah, blah. I want a lawyer. What's your name? I want a lawyer.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even say, like, you know my name, you have my ID. I would be like, I want a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you keep calm and you just lawyer.
Yeah.
Lawyer.
Yeah, that's...
Lawyer. We're not doing this because I don't even know why I'm here.
Right.
You could tell him, he could tell me. And then if you're a lawyer, you just go, don't answer that.
Yeah.
Don't answer that either. Also, don't answer that. That should be the only thing that happens in that room is one person saying lawyer and the other person saying don't answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
once you get your lawyer, you don't have to answer their questions. They go through the lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, but nobody has to answer. We can just do it in court.
Right.
If you're that sure that I'm your guy, we'll just do it in court.
Right. Go get your fucking proof and your evidence, and we'll see you in the big room.
Yep. Yeah, it's the legal system like that is so weird. It's so bizarre. The way they like show it on TV versus how I assume it is in reality is,
or like how I would do it in reality.
I gotta think people aren't confessing like left and right like that.
Yeah, no. There's no way.
There's just no way, right?
There's no way.
It's every episode. Sometimes more than one person confesses. Like sometimes it's like a group and both of them are like, look, it was his idea, all right? He narcs on the other guy.
What I don't understand in real life is where they talk about, like on some of these true crime shows where they talk about, they're interrogated for 12 hours. How is that even possible?
I know.
Don't talk. No. Literally, I can make this interrogation last 15 minutes max.
That's when they rough you up. Haven't you seen NCIS? They don't do too much roughing up on that show, but it happens sometimes.
Sometimes. It happens on every cop show sometimes.
One thing I've noted, they only shoot to kill on that show. I don't know what the deal is. I've watched 600 episodes. I haven't wounded anybody yet.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's a given. Isn't that how, I think that's how cops are trained.
They just double tap everybody and then it's like, they just move on.
I don't know how it works. I'm not involved in that process or system at all. But, a lot of times you hear, oh, why don't they just shoot him in the leg? Because your body is like your biggest mass. That's what you would shoot for.
last night, Jethro Gibbs, though, he came up on somebody from behind.
And shot him?
He shot him in the forehead. Like he made a noise. They turned. He shot him in the forehead. But I'm like, you could have shot him anywhere. Didn't have to. And it was a person he didn't want to kill. But that was his move. He 2 in the head. Just pow. I'm like, it seems like you don't always have to kill him.
Yeah, that's probably a little unnecessary.
Yeah, in the 600 episodes I've watched, they've killed 34,000 people. And it doesn't seem to be an issue ever.
That's right. They've killed the population of a small city.
Yeah. They kill like 4 or 5 terrorists every show. Bad dudes. Because that show just has...
I feel like the thing about NCIS is I feel like on the show they have them get involved in a lot of shit that NCIS doesn't get involved in. I
just spend most of the episode going, a lot of Navy crime. A lot of Navy murder, more than I expect. And maybe it doesn't feel like that if you watch it weekly, but when you're just binging them, you're like, man, it's just a lot. It's a lot of Navy murder.
No, I can see that. Yeah,
every episode is either we got a dead Marine or petty officer, whatever is dead. Every episode. And they always find them in their fucking fatigues too, so that's how you know.
Or Master Chief.
It's
always a Master Chief, a Lieutenant, or a petty officer.
They're like, he's dead, no ID, but he did have dog tag shoved in his mouth. And I'm like, yeah, so it's your case. I get it. That's what's so great about that show. A simple line of dialogue fixes any loopholes, any plot holes. They fix it with just a single line. No ID, but he did have a Marine's tattoo on his arm. And I'm like, really? Okay, convenient. Guess it's your case then.
I guess that means he's a Marine.
Yeah. Yeah, guess it's...
We sent y'all a text.
You sent us a text.
You sent us a text. Ooh, I do have a text.
Let's see what it is.
I'm guessing it's from Gerald.
Oh, damn.
Gerald, clean shaven.
Dude, when is this?
Wow.
This was like 2001. This is an old picture.
2003.
Yeah, that's an old picture, dude.
That's the only picture I have that I can find real quick.
That's fat Gerald, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean that as a compliment because you're skinny Gerald now. You got a real home improvement Zachery Ty Gerald look in this picture.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the drinks all the time, Zachery Ty Gerald. I'm talking about a home improvement Zachery Ty Gerald. Because he also now looks like he drinks all the time. Yeah. I forget that you were fat because you've been skinny for a long time now.
Yeah, what? 4 years? 5 years?
Yeah, almost
4
5.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, when you see somebody for like a certain way for long enough, that's just how they've always looked in your head.
Right.
Then when you see a picture of them, you're like, huh, I vaguely remember that. Yeah, you kind of got that look.
Yeah, the mid-20s, yeah, Zachery Ty Gerald.
The MTV look. That was like his still heartthrob days.
Not the recent mugshot.
Where he had the
Zachery
rosy
Ty
cheeks.
look.
Where he got that
Not
domestic.
that one right there, the foundation one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, we got hit with it. Yeah, he looks like he just beat somebody's ass in that picture.
And now he's got that shit ass smirk about it.
Yeah, like he loves crime.
Yeah.
That's a guy that confesses right there.
Yeah, right.
Like, he's more comfortable in prison.
He needs to be at his home.
Yeah, he looks proud that he got arrested in that photo.
Uh-huh.
His hair still looks like he spent some time on it, though. He's got product in it.
Yeah, he didn't mess up his hair beating the fuck out of whoever.
I believe it was a lady friend.
Oh, was it a lady friend?
I think it was. Unfortunately, I believe that it was.
That's not good.
No.
That's bad.
Yeah, I don't suggest that.
No.
He's in front of a TV Land. Is that still a channel, TV Land?
I don't know.
I used to love like TV Land and Nick at Night and stuff. I don't even know if it exists. It looks like it does. Golden Girl's still going strong on TV Land. That was still being played back then. That's weird. Like to think of King of Queens, the Goldbergs, like those. I don't know. Those don't seem like TV Land shows.
That's because you don't like to admit you're as old as you are.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
It makes you feel old when you're like, oh my God, the shows I watched are on
TV Land,
classic TV or whatever,
Yeah, because I still
Or the
think of
music
TV.
I listened to was on classic rock or
Well, I still think of TV Land as like the Mary Tyler Moore Show and stuff like that.
No, I get it. I understand. But now it's like, yeah.
Now it's
King of
episode.
Queens,
Now it's episode of Cheaters.
TGIF, the whole TGIF lineup.
It's just cheaters and cops. Remember when Spike TV that's all they showed?
That's all they showed. Yeah.
It was just it was
That and some every now and then they throw in like an unsolved mysteries marathon
or
something.
the Star Trek, like whatever it was, Discovery or when that's the new one I think. But they played one of the Star Treks.
What do we got going on? Oh, is this who Gerald looks like? Stephen Baldwin?
That's who I was told when I was younger. I looked like.
Yeah, sometimes
kinda
I guess
see-
I could see that, but you look more like Zachery Ty Gerald in that photo you sent us.
I agree.
Like immediately light bulb went off when I saw that. That was your wedding photo?
Yeah.
It was like
What
baby
was that?
Gerald.
What are you wearing in that? I guess I didn't see.
A red button up. Dude, you gotta pay attention to details.
I guess I don't have to.
Is your wife in that photo or you just cut her out?
Yeah.
Oh, that was wrong, dude.
Yeah, it's fucked up for a wedding picture.
Well, I was trying to get a close up of me.
I was like, you got a picture of just you?
I do see your arm around somebody who has like just a little bit of their hair showing. I'm assuming that's the missus.
Yes.
Where were you at? You got the cinder block wall behind you.
I know. I was wondering about that too.
Oh, that was the
It was like
the JP building or the
a rec center.
where you get your driver's license.
Yeah.
At here.
Did y'all do like a ceremony? If you just want to put all your
No.
business on the internet, you don't have to. But
No, it was just let's get it done.
yeah, you just sign papers.
Yep.
Have you done a ceremony since then? Y'all been married a while now. That was the way you said 2003.
Yeah. No, she wants to do one.
Are you down?
Yeah.
Are you going to do an exchanging of vows ceremony?
She wants either on her 20 or 25th.
Yeah, go and push that out to the 25th.
Yeah.
Hell, maybe even 30th. We'll get to it.
By the way, how weird is it that Stephen Baldwin he's like a born again Christian, which is fine, but his daughter is married to Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be some conflicting shit going on in that guy's head right now.
I think Bieber's normal now.
Yeah, he's supposed to be religious.
Yeah, he was friends with that guy that was like the hot pastor guy.
Who's the hot pastor?
I don't know his
I don't know
name.
who that is.
He just cheated on his wife, I think.
I don't pay attention to that stuff. It doesn't help me.
Type in Bieber pastor. It'll pull it up because the internet's amazing. That guy, Carl Lentz.
Carl Lentz, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen him.
Yeah, he's shredded. They were
Yeah, I don't know.
besties, but they had a falling out. He does.
He almost looks like that. He kind in that one picture, he's like that guy. If he had longer hair and sunglasses, like the guy who runs salt off his elbow.
Yeah, not sure why he's shirtless with Bieber though.
Got that dick root showing.
Yeah, he does. But Bieber's not shirtless, which is weird. It's just that dude.
And Bieber looks like he's 12 in that picture too.
He does, and that's crazy too because that's not even that long ago. He looks like such a little kid next to that guy. I think there's like videos of this dude dunking too, like playing like pickup ball at the church. Look at him; he looks like he fucking just works out every day. They were real good friends, and then they had a falling out. He does one of the church like where a bunch of celebrities go in L.A.
Hillsong?
Yeah, that's where he's at. Did you see that, or you just know that?
I just know that.
Oh.
And I know, but no, it's written right there.
Oh, I can't see
I
it.
don't know
Gerald's
that.
screen's
I don't-
always baby on my side. I can't ever see it.
I don't know. No. Fortunately, I don't know. I don't pay attention to much of the spiritual side of things,
Yeah.
so to speak.
They like that picture of him in that red flannel shirt. Oh, is that who he cheated? That's his wife on the left.
Who's the one on the right?
I believe that's who he cheated with. I think the right and left are the same.
Yeah, it's the same girl.
Yeah. I don't know why Bieber
Same
is in the
tattoos.
picture in the middle, though.
She looks better on the left. Tell you that much.
Well, that's like a glamour shot versus the other one looks like a selfie.
Well, I don't know. I think she looks a little dirtier in the.
We've covered this extensively, too, in the past. If you're wondering what he's talking about, just go back and listen. Look at, man, he's got that button up. He didn't hit very many buttons. Golly, a tank top. I've never, as an adult, worn a tank top.
Oh, I have.
You like a tank top.
I like a tank top. I do.
Gerald, you wear tank tops?
No.
Like, I don't know that I've ever worn a tank top since I was like 9. Like, since I was a kid. I don't have the body for it. I'm a hairy guy.
Oh.
Hairy dudes shouldn't wear tank tops. It's weird.
Agree.
Gerald couldn't get that agreed out quick enough.
No.
I wasn't even done talking yet. He's like, no tank tops.
I mean, I'm hairy too, but in the summer months, I usually like manscape.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You're not hairy like I am. I'm unacceptably.
I'm not hairy. You're right. I'm not hairy like you are.
Yeah, I'm unacceptably hairy.
You're.
Yeah, I'm that guy. You see that? This guy has a fucking back carpet, and he's worn a tank top that really shows it all off. Yeah, that. Except for not shredded. That's not a good look.
Except for not ripped. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of hair.
That's gross. That's what I look like.
Well, yeah, I mean, tank top's not for you. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I was just thinking, because that dude was shirtless, I can never do that. Even if I was ripped, I'd still be hairy. See, that guy's got, like, manscaped hair, though.
Yeah, it's
not even the front. You could have chest hair. It is what it is. See, I got that arm hair, too.
Where it grows off your shoulders. Yeah, that's a little...
Yeah, we got shoulder pads. You can have that hair on the front. It's the fucking hair on your back that's unacceptable.
Yeah, your back and when it starts to climb down your arms.
Yeah, like that guy.
Yeah.
Are you hairy, Gerald? You got that blonde hair.
Yeah, I'm hairy.
But you hide it because you can't tell. See, I got that fucking dark hair. Like my child, I look like that dude, the first dude he pulled the back up of. That's exactly what I look like. That guy.
That's a lot of hair.
It grows all the way down.
I trim mine up.
It connects to my ass. You trim your back hair up?
Oh yeah, it comes off.
No, absolutely not. You shave your ass?
I trim that. No.
You bleach your asshole?
Well, we took a jump. You don't have to answer that.
I saw that because I saw a TikTok
that.
video about it.
Don't answer that
earlier. Yeah, I don't really want to know. It was a rhetorical question.
Lawyer. Do not answer that.
There you go. So what's been new this week?
I beat and platinum Spider-Man, and
nice.
So, or Miles Morales, I should say. I think maybe last week. I don't remember if I'd come around on it or not, but I just felt like it was more Spider-Man.
You hadn't.
Yeah, I fell in love with that game as I started getting the collectibles and going around, and there was more side conversations happening. And I really love Miles as a character. Like, really enjoyed him as a character. Really enjoyed that game. That game is pretty magnificent. To play it twice, to platinum it, you have to play it twice, which I don't appreciate as a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any developers listening, you have to beat it on New Game Plus. I don't care for that. I'd actually planned to not do that, but I was one trophy away more or less, and I also knew that I'm not in 6 months going to pick it up and play it again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wouldn't even remember how to do anything.
Right.
And so I decided to play back through it, which also I think maybe negatively will affect how I remember that game a year from now. Because I think it'll feel kind of grindy because I played right back through it. But that game was super great the first time through. But this weird thing happened where I beat the game, and then I got an email from Sony the next day that said, hey, congratulations on beating Spider-Man and getting this trophy, but you should go for the platinum now. And that freaked me out a little bit.
Ooh.
Because it's not like I don't know Big Sony's watching.
Right.
But there was something like uncomfortable about like them just like throwing it out there. Have you ever got an email like that?
I have not.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I have not.
Here's what it says. Congratulations. You've successfully taken on Roxxon Energy Corporation. I'll leave this next part out. By completing the main story, you've also earned yourself this trophy, which I'll leave out. but there's still more to explore with the city. Why not continue your game with New Game Plus mode? Swing around and track down all those collectibles so that you can get that coveted platinum trophy. Isn't that weird?
A little weird.
I mean, it's not like me and Sony were talking. Like, they went through the data and was like, here's the guy that just beat it, but we want him to keep playing it.
Well, you are now.
It's weird. It made me uncomfortable a little bit. Because I know they're watching and collecting data, but it's weird when they tell me.
Right. No, I get that. You still think there's a game I would enjoy?
A Spider-Man, 1,000,000%. Yeah, 1,000,000,000,000,000% you would love it. It's more Spider-Man, but you also, like, you already care about those characters in a way that I don't even know who anybody is.
Right.
Yeah. I think when you first started it, I think you would say the same thing I would say, and then you're like, yeah, it feels like Spider-Man 2018 or whenever that came out.
But then does it start digging into Miles' story more?
Yeah, you'd be like,
oh, this is awesome. Yeah, I can see that.
I could see you playing it.
I might have to pick it up at some point.
Yeah. It's only like, I don't know, it's like a $40 game or something.
Yeah, well, at this point, I would probably wait until it came out on, or until I got a PS5.
Oh yeah, you got that upgrade credit you were talking, or that credit though. You could buy it now.
I could buy it now. Yeah.
I'll tell you what you could do. You could get it on PS4 and beat it, and it comes with a free upgrade to PS5. And then you could do the New Game Plus. You could run it back through on PS5 because you can move your save file over.
Maybe that's not a bad idea. However,
that's a good way to do it.
There's a good way to do it, but I don't know if that would happen that way because I did something needless this week. I did something that serves very little purpose for me at this point. It's something I said I was going to do at some point anyway, but I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on Ubisoft Plus.
Right, on Luna, the Ubisoft Plus channel.
Well, it's actually available on Stadia as well.
Yeah, so it actually is available on PC, Stadia, and Luna with one account.
Yes.
Now, we talked about this before the show. I don't know if your save file moves over, but you can access Ubisoft Plus on all. I think
it does, but I think the only way it works, you have to manually save to the cloud. I did some research on it.
Now, and you said that you, right now where you are, not to steal your thunder, you're preferring to play on Stadia versus Luna.
Well, here's what's happened: is I've been interested in Phoenix Rising, so I started it. I already had my Stadia open, so me being super lazy, instead of hitting the input button and turning on a new controller, I just went ahead and played on Stadia. And I like the way Phoenix Rising controls on Stadia. Then later on, at another point, I did get on the Luna and I played some of the other games that were on Ubisoft because I had a little bit of time to kill. But I played like Scott Pilgrim, and I played Star Wars Pinball. Those aren't games that I'm familiar with, that aren't in the normal wheelhouse of games I play. So right now I'm feeling like the Stadia controller is more responsive. But what I really need to do, and what I'm going to do, is I'm probably going to get in on the Luna and play a Ubisoft game I've already played before. At least start it. Maybe like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or maybe one of the Far Cry games. I think would probably be the best way to go.
I will also say, I think that the Chromecast Ultra is a better device than your Fire Stick 4K. Yeah. Because I feel the same way about me. Now, I will say the Fire TV Cube to me feels as good, but not better than the Chromecast Ultra. They feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but I wonder if that has anything to do with it too.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I got to get in. I'm going to play something that I already played. I think I'm going to go with one of the Far Cry games, either New Dawn or 5, because I played through both of those games on the PS4. I know what they felt like. I want to see how they feel on the Luna controller. So right now, my preference is for the Google controller, the Stadia controller, but I don't know if that's just due to like the table felt a little sticky. The triggers felt a little sticky when I was playing Star Wars Pinball.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't know if that was the controller or if that was how it was supposed to feel.
Is it?
You know what I mean?
Pinball FX3.
No, it's just Star Wars Pinball.
Oh, it's like their own thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I also don't know how that feels.
So I don't know if it's the way that table was supposed. I only played one table, and I don't know if it's how it was supposed to feel.
Zen Pinball, which is the Pinball FX people, they really got it figured out.
Yeah, no, they do.
They just got purchased by THQ Nordic.
Oh.
Yeah, they bought Zen Studios.
They buy everybody.
That's what they do. That's interesting. I don't know that I've played enough of them together recently, Stadia and Luna, really to have an opinion on which one I like. But as far as Ubisoft Plus, how easy did you just log in?
I had to log in, and then I had to on both of for the Luna and the Stadia.
I bought it on Luna. So it immediately just popped up over there, but I haven't logged into my Stadia yet.
Well, I bought it on Ubisoft.
Okay, yeah. See, I bought it on Luna, so like I actually pay Amazon every month for it.
Yeah, I bought it. I pay Ubisoft for it. I logged into my Ubisoft account on my PC.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to log in on the Stadia.
And then I had to. It is real easy to log in on the Stadia.
Okay.
You just basically following instructions, but it was really easy, and I've got it on both of them.
Now, do you think that you're more comfortable on Stadia just because you have more hours on that controller?
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. But remember, I had the Luna before I had the Stadia.
Yeah, but you played Cyberpunk.
But I've been playing Cyberpunk on.
Yeah, so
yeah.
You've got a lot of hours on the Stadia.
I do have more hours on the Stadia. I'll tell you one problem I do have with, and you may not have this problem because you have the Fire TV Cube, and I don't know if it's just a Fire Stick thing or not, but when I go to the input that has my Fire Stick on it, I then have to navigate with the remote down to Luna and hit enter before my controller will work.
So
I don't like that.
Yes, that is the case, but the Fire Cube, I can actually just say launch Luna, and it goes straight in, and my controller works immediately. I'll tell you a different issue. Luna, when you're playing on PC, the controller never works until the game starts. You have to actually navigate everything with the...
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's not comfortable. But
yeah,
it is in beta. I feel like we should say that. But yeah, so if I say launch Luna... Right. It takes me straight in and I can use the controller. If I don't and do it I also have to navigate to it before the controller will work, even on the Cube.
Right.
But they added voice control to Luna, and that's nice, because if I want to play it, I literally just say, hey, launch Luna, and then grab my controller and I'm playing.
Right. I did try one thing, too. I tried playing Cyberpunk on my phone.
Ooh, how'd that go?
It's a small screen.
They'll say it should play fine. It's just tiny.
Yeah, it's a small screen. It played like it was on the TV.
Yeah.
It played perfectly fine. So now I want to get a claw.
You want to get what?
Because I feel like it could come in handy.
You want to get what?
A claw.
Oh.
That holds the controller and the...
Yeah. When I bought Luna, I bought the package that came with it, but I don't have one for Stadia.
Yeah, well, it's sold out for Stadia.
Do they make one, or is it like a third party?
Stadia, it's a third party. It's Power Source or something.
But they have one that's like, yeah.
But you can buy it on the Google store.
So that's the way the one that they send you for Amazon, the Luna, is not an Amazon product.
So I'm probably just going to go on Amazon to get anything. I also want to get a case. I don't know why I want a case for my controllers.
Yeah, they make the nice, like, form-fitting ones that actually are made for the controllers. I wish I had those.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a square that I put both of them in, which I can send you a picture of. I know you asked me the other day. I think I was still sick whenever you asked me, but...
Yeah, I was. That's fine.
It's just a square that has like a foam divider, and they just one sits on one side, one sits on the other.
I like that one. The second one down, second row down, second from the left.
Yeah, see, those are super cool looking.
Yeah,
I think that's just a generic controller case that you.
No, I don't want. Yeah, I don't want that one. I want the one. There's one that has actual styrofoam in it.
Yeah,
and I want that one. I've been looking on Amazon. My purge has gone well. I've had a busy week, so we're gonna have to burn through news pretty quick.
Look at that! Look at that one before you get started. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes. I like that one. But there's one where the controller like actually sits all the way down into the styrofoam.
Yeah, that one's oddly high because if you put with Stadia, you have like your power cord.
Right, and if you put them in there, you're going to like scratch up the surface of your Stadia, and I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
But my purge has been going well. I've gotten rid of a ton of stuff.
Yeah, for those that missed last week, Dan is becoming a minimalist.
I don't know about that. I'm still holding on to some stuff, but I am getting rid of things. I got a new TV stand for my TV that I absolutely adore. Because before, all I had for my TV stand was, those 3x3 cube things?
Yeah. That you slide the fabric cubes in?
Yeah. There's like 9 of them in the setup that I had. That was my TV stand. Now I have a real TV stand. I absolutely love it. I talked last week about trying to donate my VR to the local children's hospital. When I got in touch with them, they wouldn't take it due to COVID, which is understandable. So I ended up trading that in, and I got I was pleasantly surprised with what I received for my VR compared to what I paid for it.
Yeah. Now, did you have any, like once you traded it in, did you have any moments where you're like, I kind of wish I'd have kept it?
I didn't have a single one.
Okay, no regret even now.
I still don't. Look, even now, I forgot the gun controller.
The aim.
The aim controller. And when I looked at that, the first thing that came to mind was, oh, fuck. Now I got to go back.
Yeah. That does kind of show where you are or were with VR, though, because like when you say you traded in, I feel that anxiety for you.
Yeah, I don't have any.
And you don't have it at all, but I feel it because I'm like, oh no, what if he wants to play it? And you're like, I don't want to play it.
Yeah, I don't want to play it. I think I was over the wired VR. And I don't think I would buy an Oculus. I think if someone gave me an Oculus, I'd be like, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
I think if I could find one, cheap, on the cheap maybe, like half off, I would pick one up, but I won't buy one at full price. I don't have my time is so limited to play right now, and it's only going to get worse.
Right.
That what I want to do when I play on those, it's a form of relaxation for me.
If GameStop it gave you the option to trade it for a Oculus or take the 160, what would you have done?
I would have taken the Oculus.
Like, let's say you can't sell the Oculus later. Like, you have to get it and keep it. So it's not like I just sell it and make more.
I would have went with Oculus.
Yeah.
On that.
I still don't think you would play it.
I probably wouldn't, but I would have it.
Yeah, I get that. I don't feel like you ever. I know you liked VR. I don't feel like you ever embraced VR the way that like. Which I mean, maybe I'm a little hardcore.
And I know what you're saying, and I don't think so either. Yes, it was fun to spend some time in there.
Yeah.
I never, with the exception of Batman VR, and trying Farpoint when I first got it, I don't think I spent any single player time in VR.
Me and producer Gerald went through a phase where that's like all we played.
Right.
It's weird now. I feel like I'm neglecting my PSVR now that I have Oculus, which is weird. Because they're objects that don't actually give a shit. But
Yeah, but I left mine on the front steps of the firehouse, so don't feel too bad.
Yeah, that makes me feel bad just in general, because now some piece of shit that doesn't care about it's going to get it.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
You think someone that'll buy that will love it now because there's not pieces of shit buying them anymore?
I do.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to get a PS, with all the other options out there, if you're going to get a PSVR, you're getting it because you want the PSVR and what it has to offer.
Yeah. If my PSVR tore up today, I would go buy another one. Which is weird because I that's not my preferred way to play VR anymore. But I would still I want to have one. Gerald, have you been in the virtual reality?
Just like about a week and a half ago,
Yeah.
I jumped in for a second.
Did you play anything? Oh, you said you played Iron Man.
Yes, that was it.
He did tell us that. Yeah.
You haven't played since.
No, because I'm still trying to figure out a game to play.
How often do you think about your VR?
Every day, because I sit there and see it, because it's sitting on top of my PlayStation.
Yeah, I was like that with mine, where I was like, I think about playing VR a lot more than I play it, even now. But I'm always thinking about it.
Like, that's where I was at, because I had the charging, and the stand for it and everything, to charge my controllers and my Move controllers and all that. I had a carrying case for it and all that. But I had it on that stand, like, right next to my TV. So every day I would look at it and I'd be like, I never play this thing, and I wasted that money on it. Why? But I don't want to play it.
But see, that's the difference. So you look at it with that thought, where I think Gerald looks at it and was like, I want to play VR.
Yeah, and for me, it was always, I bought that, I should play it.
Yeah. What's your thought when you see your VR staring back at you, Gerald?
I need to find something to play.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. And then I buy something and I still don't play it because there's something about that 2.5 minutes of setup that I just never wanted to do with the PlayStation VR.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is very easy and very simple, and I've said that a million times, but there's something about that where I'm like, God, I got to set it up, and then I got to put it up.
Yeah, well, I just talked about not wanting to turn on a new controller and hit an input button 3 times. So.
Yeah, you're like, you got to hit the fucking remote to start something. I mean, there's something to that convenience. There's something to the way, like I said with the Oculus, the way that. So first off, the pad that touches your face is foam instead of
hard rubber.
That rubber, and so I always clean that rubber off with a cloth after I got done because my face is somewhat oily. When I'm in there VRing hard.
Right. It also causes you to sweat really bad.
Yeah, and so. When I would finish playing PlayStation VR, I'd take it off. I would wipe down my lenses. I would wipe down that rubber ring. I'd take my cord. I would wind it up. I would, I still had the little rubber thing that came with it to like tie the cord off. Then I would put it in my carrying case and zip it up. So it was like it's 2 minutes on the front and 5 minutes on the back, which is only 7 minutes. But when you're getting done at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and you got to be at work at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock the next morning, that 5 minutes, you're like, I don't have time for this.
Yep.
Whereas with the Oculus, because I don't clean, that pad, I may like wipe it, but you can't really wipe up a foam pad. They sell replacements, but like when I get done playing, I kind of just take it off. And I don't clean anything. The lenses don't get as close to my eyes as they feel like they do in PlayStation. So I just take it off and put it in its case, and it's just good to go. And that is now my preferred, I'm
way to play.
If I quit 30 seconds later, I'm done. It's in its case on a shelf.
Right, and you're all set.
Yep, all set. But I still got a soft spot because, PlayStation VR was really the first true VR I ever played. So I still have that soft spot for it. I also think it's more comfortable as a headset. But I'm sad to see yours go.
The last thing I did is... Actually, was texting you about it a little bit yesterday.
I got
looking for some. You did, because I called it the wrong thing, so it's kind of my fault.
Here's the thing: you called it the wrong thing, but you also didn't call it the thing that I thought you called it.
Oh,
so it's a little bit of you, a little bit of me, because you called it.
You thought I was looking for a Phillips Hue bridge,
right? Obviously. Because you called it a hub,
and
in my head, I think theirs is called like the Bridge Smart Hub.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking for backlighting now for my TV now that I got this set up. And so I asked Ryan, because he goes to give me a 5 and Deals or Rust or wherever the fuck they're all called.
Deals or Rust, right? That's it.
And so I was like, so Ryan, do you have one of those, one of those lighting hubs? One of those Philips lighting hubs? Do you happen to have one laying around? Because I don't know everything he finds at these places. And he's like, actually, when I get home, I'll check. I think I do. And this thing's $230. So I was like, oh, this will be fucking sweet. And then I don't remember how it went, but somehow we determined that, oops, not what we're talking about.
I immediately figured it out based on your reaction.
Oh, when I said fucking awesome?
Yeah, because I was like, he's too excited for me to have a $100 hub. No, you said fucking sweet because I want to do backlighting on my TV, and I was like, wait a second.
Okay, yeah.
That's not what he needs to do backlighting on his TV, and that's why I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then you told me the thing to do the backlighting, and I was like, yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah, so what I actually wanted, I guess, is called the sync box.
Yeah, the Philips Hue Play Sync Box, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can get the set of the 2 backlights, which is what I want because it changes the colors with the TV.
Yeah, so I want to be clear to anyone who's listening, you should not go this route. But if you do, you should buy 2 of the play lights, which you can buy them in a set of 2, the 2 that he's talking about. But your play power cord will actually accept 3. So you should put your 2 play lights on the side, and then don't buy a third. On the top, you need to buy the gradient strip light. That will give you the coolest behind the TV color if you get the gradient strip light plus the 2 side pieces. Does that 3M tape to the back of the TV? It does. What's so cool about the gradient light is, I'm sure you have because you want to do this, but if you've seen TVs online where people have them in there, especially they show it with Star Wars, but how badass the color is. So the problem with those the play lights, they're really well made. They feel really cool. They are one color at a time. If you really want the movement and the craziness, you need the gradient strip light because every LED is independent. So as 2 things move across the top of your TV, that gradient strip light will actually, you could have whatever 64 colors all on at the same time.
Right.
Whereas it's like red or blue or green or white or whatever it is. It's just one color.
Well, I actually think I found a workaround anyway.
Yeah, so you shouldn't buy that, but if you do...
I was going to go ahead, because the 2 lights are $130, and then the sync box is $230, which is $400.
Correct.
$400. And I'm like, I don't want $400, but I don't want anything. I don't want to stick anything on the back of my TV either at this point. So I did some researching, and I think I told you, I ended up finding pretty much the same setup. Govee offers it. They're kind of like an up-and-comer in backlighting, apparently. I did my research on them. So
I never heard of them. I didn't know when you sent that to me. I don't know anything about them.
Okay, apparently they're an up-and-comer in lighting options. It's Govee. So their lights actually aren't all they aren't all one color at one time. They can do a few different colors.
Yeah, they have the gradient.
Yeah, they have the gradient lighting, and it is $70 for that setup.
Now you confused me because you said that they're dynamic, like TV on the fly switch, and uses a camera.
It does. See that camera?
Yeah, that confuses me. What's that camera doing?
That camera is connected to a control box that comes with it that then controls the lighting on the lights. So that camera's picking up the light colors from the TV.
Oh, that's bizarre.
Sending that to the control box, which then tells your lights what colors to be.
Yeah, that's different. So the Philips Hue HDMI plugs directly into the control box. So my PS5 plugs into my sync box, and my sync box plugs into my TV.
Right. So that's what you're paying for, is that box to do all the work.
The box does all the work, right? And I actually have to switch inputs. I don't switch inputs on my TV. I switch inputs on my sync box.
See, I won't have to do that.
Yeah, so everything on my TV is on HDMI 1, but I have to switch through that if I want the color tracking to track.
Right. Go to
For everybody freaking out, the news sucks, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, you're not missing much.
Yeah. I could cut.
I think it's
all of it
on.
out.
I can't remember. If you go to govy.com home, I think they'll show up there.
He's on home. He's on home right now.
Are you on the home?
Uh-huh.
That looks different than what it did when I went to it.
He's in the incognito browser.
Because when I had it, it had like some.
Yeah, see, the way their strip is the way that Hugh's gradient strip is as well. That's
right.
What,
they offer that strip, but then they also offer the two lights on either side. I can't remember what it's called.
I don't know how good or bad they are, but Monster has a comparable product that's fairly cheap also.
Yeah, but they're not. They don't offer the immersion. There we are. Is that them? No, that's not them either.
That was Immersion smart lighting.
It's going to be the next one.
Okay, that light's cool.
The next one. That light is cool, but it's going to be the next slider right there.
Oh, Flow Pro for anybody looking at home is what they call it.
Flow Pro TV light bars. Yeah.
They're
like see that camera? That's that camera, and see, but it's a lot cheaper. It's $70.
They're for anyone who's seen the Philips Hue play. They're like the same kind of form factor.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, you know what? For $70, I'll give these a try.
So I have 3 of the play. I had one of the normal strip lights that's not the gradient strip lights before. I switched it out for 3 of the play bars. But I actually have my play bars. See, you see them mounted like this most often where they're just sitting beside facing the wall. Mine are actually behind my TV. So mine
are
set
they on the TV? Because the Govy ones come with the mounting bracket for the back of the TV.
Yeah, these have mounting brackets or the stands, but
okay.
The way my TV is, I actually just I used command strip Velcro.
Okay.
And I just Velcroed them instead of using the mount.
Yep.
So I'm sure it works the same for these, but with Hue on the sync box, you actually tell it where it's at. So I say, hey, this one's on the right, this one's on the left, and this one's on the top. It then tests it to make sure that what you're seeing is correct. The problem is the lights are so bright that the side actually shines up as well. And so in the middle of my TV up, I get really bright color because it's closer to my ceiling, where my side, I get like this ambient light that comes out and also goes to the ceiling. So I kind of get the gradient effect a little bit, but it's not as good as if I was using that gradient strip across the top and then had these 2 on the sides. Yeah. So I do.
I also want to note about these Govy lights. They are both Alexa and Google compatible.
I do at some point want to change my setup, and I'm going to use 2 and then the gradient strip, and I'll just put my play light somewhere else because it just works as a regular light as well.
Right.
I'm a big fan of the lighting. I will say I don't use it as much as I probably thought that I would. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm watching a movie, I'll turn it on. If I'm in the right feels when I'm playing PS5, like when I played Spider-Man, I kept it on the whole time. But yeah, I don't run it probably 50% of the time. I don't even have it. I just have it on as backlight. So when I don't have it synced, it's just a really light, like behind the TV light. Mm-hmm. I typically have it on that.
Well, what my old TV, that actually I ended up giving to a friend. My old TV, I just had those cheap monster lights on there that you were talking about earlier, and they were the stick-on ones. I had them running around, and you just plug it into USB, and that's how they work. The only it's not gradient. The only colors you get are the ones you choose with the remote.
Okay,
you got like 12 choices.
Okay.
I had it on all the time. I would pick the color that was closest to whatever color I wanted. I would use for the backlighting and play, and I had it on all the time. I mean, when I turned the TV, what was nice about it is that when the TV turned on, those lights turned on.
They're powered to a USB on the TV.
Yeah, yep. And then I just had to use the remote to pick what color I wanted.
Gerald, who expanded your smart home stuff since you're dipping your toes?
No, sir, I'm waiting for you.
Now, does this excite you at all? Okay.
No. The lights don't.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited that I found exactly what I want for $320 cheap.
Search for Philips Hue, and then type in like Star Wars. Let's see. I want to see if this.
Oh, I've seen it.
I know you have. I want to see if this excites Gerald. Because the way the light moves with the sabers, if it doesn't excite you,
cool.
nothing's going to.
Right.
Probably any of those
there,
videos.
Philips Ambilight, Star Wars Quick Test.
Top one. They're probably all the
Like
same.
This is like a 30-second video or something? 50-second video or something?
So the one that I saw, the guy's got like a really bizarre like light mounted underneath it that I don't understand. But you get the idea. No, this is not the one that I saw, but same idea.
Yeah, that's not the one.
But just see how they're like the way they're moving. Doesn't excite you at all, Gerald?
No.
That gets me about half hard just watching this.
That does me, man.
Look at that. The way they...
I want it so I can watch shit on my TV upstairs. I'll never leave my room. I need to get quarantined in my room is what I need.
Yeah. So this one is using the same setup I have. That's not using the gradient lights because the way that light is moving, you can tell it is one color at a time.
Right.
You'll know gradient when you see it because of how all the colors move. It's pretty incredible. The one that I watched, he had some weird, like, one single bulb in, like, a glass case or something underneath the TV that I didn't understand. It's, like, underneath his entertainment center. But his colors moved really well. It was that same scene, I think, is, like, what everybody shows it with, but or a similar lightsaber battle. It's, I'm sad that doesn't excite you because I think that's super cool.
Oh, I think it's super cool. I'm super excited.
Oh, I don't like that.
I'm super excited to get him in and get him hooked up. And
I don't like that person's setup that he just showed there. Did you buy it already?
Yeah, it's bought.
Oh, cool.
I'm just waiting for it to show.
You have to buy it from them, or does Amazon carry?
Amazon does not carry the flow. Does not carry that. That's a new setup. That's something new they offer.
Okay.
I did not see it on Amazon. I saw different lighting, LED strip lighting options, but I did not see those, so I bought them directly from them.
That one I'm talking about, it's the lights are on, I think, in the beginning of the video. I think you can actually see his setup, but you'll know it because there's a weird bulb underneath it. That one looks like a nuclear reactor. I don't know what that is either.
The orange one?
It shouldn't look like that. I found it from maybe it's that one. What's that? Oh, that's a Marvel movie. No, I don't know. Anyways, I'm upset that doesn't excite you, Gerald. That's as cool as behind the TV lighting gets.
Yeah.
Does it just seem unnecessary for the amount of money, or you just don't care?
When I watch movies, I like everything to be dark. I hate having extra light.
Yeah, but it's like an extension of the screen. It's not like light.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess maybe I have to see in action at someone's house.
I sound like a guy trying to sell it anyway, so...
Yeah, it does. It acts like it basically the feeling that it gives off, because I've watched it with people that do have it before, and what it basically does is it almost makes the screen big.
Yeah, it extends your screen.
Like if you have a 55-inch TV and you have that setup, that's the person I had. They had a 55-inch TV and they had that setup. Well, it made it seem like bigger, you know what I mean? Because the light just kind of like extends off that screen.
It's something kind of silly, but it's neat. Like when I watch football, like the way it feels, my TV feels big because it'll be like green like all the way around it, and then when they like move into like the end zone, like it'll change to the color of their end zone. It just makes my TV feel bigger than it is. And if your room is dark, it actually, I mean, it was kind of like that video we were watching earlier. It's just really neat the way everything moves.
And that's when I play, like when I was playing in here, it was cool with just the non-gradient ones. It was, but because everything else was dark except for the TV and those. It also takes some ease off of your eyes.
Yeah. It is supposed to be better for you to have a light behind your TV.
But yeah, super excited for the Govee option. I'll have a review on those for one of the podcasts when I get them and get them plugged up and done.
When are they supposed to be in?
It says it could take anywhere from 5 to 7 business days. So
Yeah, I'm
from
interested
the day they ship.
because that's obviously a much cheaper option, but I'm also interested because that camera is an odd way to do that. I feel like their technology that seems like complicated.
What, the camera technology?
Yeah, to the way that works versus the Philips Hue, that almost seems more complicated and it's cheaper, so it's odd. Because it's having to.
I'm sure it works
to grab that
insane.
image in real time and immediately send it.
Yeah, it just grabs the color change, I believe, is how it works.
Yeah. Most people have the bulbs that are going off with the lightning. Now, I know that doesn't look cool in there, but in that room, I guarantee you that's blowing your mind when you got good surround sound hitting with the thunder and then that lightning flash. That's gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to us.
All right, we should probably roll through this news.
It sucks.
It does.
If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/GameStitch. We would appreciate that. Remember, new episodes hit every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time on services around the world. This first story doesn't suck. It's just a list, though. Top-selling games and console for 2020. So MPD Group released its report for the U.S. games sales from December, and along with December, they were able to also release the full year. Which is all I want to focus on, 2020's best-selling games inside the U.S. I'm going to do the top 10, and then I'll go back and tell you which ones don't have digital sales included. Starting at number 10, Final Fantasy Remake, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us Part 2, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Madden NFL 21, Animal Crossing New Horizon, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Everything Nintendo on that list does not include digital sales, so you can pretty much count on all of those being higher than where they actually marked. And I believe that Animal Crossing New Horizon was probably the best-selling game of 2020.
I would agree with that.
What's interesting, there's a couple things that stood out. Cyberpunk, for its release date of December 10th.
Sitting at number 19.
Sitting at number 19.
Without digital sales?
Yeah. Spider-Man Miles Morales sitting at number 12, releasing November 12th. Some of those I think are pretty telling. Tony Hawk Pro Skater actually top 20, so I thought that was cool to see there as well. But not any surprises on that top 10 list, I don't think.
No, I don't either.
Cool to see Ghost sitting at 7th.
Yeah, I like that game.
Assassin's Creed, I guess, may be surprising too when you think of how long it was out to be the 5th best-selling game, because it released the same time as Miles Morales, right? It was a launch game.
Released in November. Yeah.
So shout-outs to them as well. Madden is a fucking powerhouse. Call of Duty is a powerhouse.
Always.
Yep. So,
no real surprises. A little disconcerting that with the exception of Ghost of Tsushima, there's not a lot of IPs we're not familiar with on here.
I would say Cyberpunk and Ghost.
I'm at top 12. Yeah, Ghost. I'm at top 10.
There's none in
the
top 10
only one on there
besides
is
Ghost.
a game we're not familiar with is Ghost. We complain about franchises all the time, but this here is proof and evidence of why there are franchises.
Also, somehow Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is somehow the 17th best-selling game of the entire year.
People love Dragon Ball.
Guess so. 2020 was a shit year, but very good for video games.
Marvel's Avengers is number 11.
That game sold super well.
I still want to play it.
You'll probably enjoy it.
I think I probably would.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's available on Stadia, too.
2020 was a banner year for video games. Total spending on video games in the U.S., spanning games, consoles, and accessories, and more, reached $56.9 billion, up 27% compared to 2019.
That's like my allowance.
Wipe my ass for $56.9 billion. That's so much money. It is so much.
It's a lot of money.
That's also a misleading figure that's like across like every video game, anything.
Right.
It's still a lot of money though. So I thought that was cool. Some news coming out of Lucasfilm Games. They talked about a couple partnerships. They're partnering with Bethesda, and Todd Howard and his team will be working on an Indiana Jones game. which is neat. And they also announced they're partnering with Ubisoft to make a new open world Star Wars game, which will be led by the Massive Entertainment, the studio behind the Division series. So Division meets Star Wars, hopefully.
Well, I don't know. It'd be cool.
Set in New York.
I don't know how you would do it.
Some sort of virus spread from money.
No, I think you're going to see probably Division-style mechanics. I don't know that it's going to be like an MMO or any of that. I would say it's probably going to be an open player, possibly co-op game. I'm excited for it because I like what Massive has done with the Division, and I love Star Wars. So, I mean, to me, these are two great tastes that taste great together.
Yep. Between the two,
obviously, this is going to be a ways out.
Yeah, between the two, are you more excited about the Star Wars or the Indiana Jones?
The Star Wars.
Yeah. Bethesda made Indiana Jones. I don't even know where to begin.
What do you mean?
I don't even know where to start. Is that going to be a first-person game? Is it going to play like...
Oh, yeah, like what are they... Yeah, no, I hear
Is
you.
Indy going to use VATS? How is that not... How is that not just Uncharted or Tomb Raider?
Yeah, there's...
Can you finally make a whip that doesn't suck in a video game?
Maybe. Indiana Jones is such a... for lack of a better way to put it, one note. It kind of offers you like one note options.
Yeah.
You know?
Who will voice Indy? Like, there's so many questions about that.
Right. Star Wars offers so much in their lore, their mythology, and their history that this could go in. This could be High Republic.
Well, you could tell any story you want. In Indiana Jones, you can tell his story.
Right. Exactly.
Also, Bethesda's not known for making like super polished games. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but that's not what they do. And to me, Indiana Jones needs to play like Uncharted or Tomb Raider, and I don't believe that it will made by Bethesda.
Right. And I don't know that we need another one of those. I mean...
That's kind of what Uncharted does. He's just
the problem,
Indiana Jones.
I feel like my problem with the Indiana Jones game is the only selling point of that game is going to be that it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah. But Nate Drake is pretty much Indiana Jones with more personality.
Yeah, and nowadays, you know,
right? He's not an archaeologist; he's a treasure hunter. I don't know what Nate actually does, but you know, it's kind of been done, and also a weird studio to be doing it.
Yeah,
like if Ubisoft was making an Indiana Jones game, I'd be like, that makes sense. Collectathon, open world, that's what they do.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what hits with that. But I thought that seeing Lucasfilm start to partner with people, Lucasfilm Games start to partner with people is interesting.
Other than EA, isn't it?
Yeah, is interesting because EA has not exceeded expectations for sure.
Well, I don't think EA has so much going on with their sports games and all that. I don't think that they utilized the license the way they could.
Yeah, I actually don't think they did poorly. I just don't think they exceeded expectations.
Right. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
Fallen Order was, by all accounts, really good. I didn't ever play it.
Yeah,
Squadrons is good.
Thank you. Squadrons is good.
People had issues with Battlefront.
Battlefront was a problem.
Yeah. But their issues weren't with the gameplay. Their issues were with the microtransactions.
Right.
So
that's true.
I don't think they've done bad with the license. I just don't know that they've blown anybody away.
Yeah, to me they almost wasted the license.
Yeah.
To me, EA kind of wasted with the only thing that really brought anything new to the table was Fallen Order. It told a new story within the universe we know and love. Battlefront was just multiplayer.
Yep.
You know, Squadrons kind of told the same old story that we know in Star Wars. The story was the story wasn't great. It wasn't anything to like crow about. You know what I mean? It was just kind of your standard story. Just happened to be set within the Star Wars universe. The flight mechanics were fucking awesome. Don't get me wrong. But all around, Fallen Order is probably really the only thing that really brought anything new and dynamic with the Star Wars license. So it'll be cool to see what Massive does.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what pans out from these. Hogwarts Legacy has been delayed to 2022.
This is the Harry Potter RPG.
Yeah, it was my most anticipated for 2021, so that's obviously incorrect now. This is what you're going to see happen, and you can thank CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk for this. And I don't mean it in a bad way. It's a good thing, but games are going to fall way back. And this is one of the first to fall. But I wonder if this changes. This game was slated to release on PS4, PS5, PC, Xbox One, and Series X. I wonder if they need the time to get these ready, or they're going to scrap the last gen.
I think it's probably going to be scrapping last gen.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Again, it's made by Avalanche Studios, the studio behind the Disney Infinity games, and published by Portkey Games, which is Warner Brother Interactive's entertainment for all games that are Harry Potter related. So,
and here's the thing about the new games coming out. I know that Sony and Microsoft have said that, they're going to come out for both the last gen and next gen. I don't think I don't care what they say. I don't think there's any possibility you can have you can have one game playing well and good on both those systems. You have to pick one or the other.
Yeah, it's, these games are not Scott Pilgrim. Right? They're not that pinball game. They're not Hollow Knight. They're, CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk, I mean, it was ambitious, and to be as ambitious as they wanted, I don't know that it'll ever run correct on PlayStation and PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I don't know. So
I do want to say, as I get further into Cyberpunk, there's some real cool stuff that CD Projekt Red accomplished with this.
Yeah, I don't think that, ambition unfortunately got them in trouble in this case.
It did. I agree with that.
And a little bit of greed.
But I think when you first start playing the game, you don't realize it until you get further into it and open up some of the options and get some of the upgrades that you can upgrade. You don't realize you can literally be a block away from something and complete your objective.
Yeah,
using just cyber hacks.
Yeah, it's a little bit of greed. I think they wanted that PS4 or Xbox One money.
They probably should have picked one or the other.
But yeah, I think so. And I think coming in at the end of a life cycle is not what they wanted to do, but maybe probably their focus should have probably been on the PS4 and Xbox One version, and then they should have just ported it over to PS5 and Series X versus what seems like they built a PS5 and Series X game and then tried to port it back.
Yeah.
But this Harry Potter, this Hogwarts Legacy, the games are going to start to fall, and not by months. They're going to fall by years because of COVID and people working remotely, and because they do not want to be a part of this train wreck.
Yep.
So that's happening. At home arcade and retro gaming brand At Games has officially launched its live streaming service called Arcade Net after exiting a beta period. The service, which is available on At Games Arcade Legend products like the Legends Ultimate and Legends Gamer devices, allow players to stream additional games, including arcade, console, and pinball games via either their free or paid tiers. The basic free plan of arcade members can stream a limited amount of games on the service for up to 2 hours, and an additional 1 hour for pinball streaming. The games will change regularly in this plan. For Arcade Net Standard, which costs $20 a month, you'll get improved quality up to 1080 and 60 frames per second. You can also play multiplayer, use voice chat with up to 3 other people. While At Games Legend devices have already come with a huge selection of pre-installed games, the ones available at Arcade Net tend to be a bit more memorable. They include classics like Art of Fighting, Mark of the Wolves, Metal Slug, and pinball tables from Gottlieb. This is cool to me. Sam's carries some of this. So they carry there's like basically the control panel for an arcade that you sit in your lap.
Mm-hmm.
And it connects to your TV, and you can play an arcade game sitting on your couch. They also have the arcade that connects. But that's not really why I put this on here. I put this on here because they have a fucking pinball machine that is nothing but a screen. And it's blowing my mind. If you type in @games pinball, they have this.
You'll see.
Yeah, so that pinball machine right there, the second row, I think that's the one. It's just like a LCD. Yeah. That's not the playfield is an LCD screen.
Yep.
I think that thing is super gangster. It might play like shit.
Here's the thing: this is super cool. I'm not interested in this at all.
I get it,
but it's super cool. It's super awesome, and there is definitely a niche that this is going to fill.
You see that? Scroll down one more row, or wherever you just were. I don't see it now. There it is. That's the thing that goes across your lap in the bottom of the first row. That's super neat too. If you're like really into arcade games, I think that thing is like $200. I've seen it in person at Sam's Club. It's actually pretty big and robust. They actually have it out, and you can play with it. But that pinball thing, for some reason, because pinball is so expensive to have at home.
Right.
But part of pinball is also tactile.
Yep.
So I don't know how this would be. Like, I think if someone walked in your house and they're like, oh, you have a pinball table, and they're like, oh, you have like some sort of fake pinball.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think the idea that you can just like download a table and play it is neat to me.
Is cool too. Yeah.
So I just put that.
Like I said, it's super awesome. This is really something I would think. Well, once COVID's over, maybe your bars.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You know.
What's the see if you can find the price on that Legends pinball? You may have to search for Legends pinball, which will probably just pull up a bunch of bars. For sure, stuff called Legends pinball.
Marvel pinball, Star Wars pinball.
Yeah,
Legends pinball, Ultimate.
I'm interested to see what that cost.
Any price on it?
No price.
No price.
I don't even know if it's out yet, but I think they just showed it off at CES. But they hadn't announced their pricing yet for their services.
Right.
But super neat.
It's cool.
Somebody doing something different. There's no one trying to get into like the arcade at home streaming game, and I think that's kind of neat. So, wanted to point that out to everybody. The Last of Us developer Naughty Dog is hiring for, according to Neil Druckmann, something cool. He said it could be part 3 or it could be a new IP. And when he says part 3, is recording, or obviously speaking about Last of Us.
Last of Us.
But he would not go on record and say any more than that. It is probably The Last of Us.
I would imagine so.
That pinball machine is $600.
$600.
It looks like you can reserve one, which are sold out for $20. Anyone who knows anything about arcades, $500 is dirt cheap for a pinball machine.
Yeah, it's not expensive at all.
It also won't have the maintenance of a pinball machine because there's no working parts like that.
Right.
And I thought this story was just kind of neat, but after 6 years, Axiom Verge gets its first piece of post-launch content courtesy of a longtime fans who built a randomizer mode. So it was started as an unofficial mod built by a group of gentlemen, it looks like.
And then officially released as DLC.
But yeah, so finally, it looks like it's going to come out as official DLC. It's 4 people that made it. The cool thing is, so this game was made by Thomas Happ, creator of Thomas Was Alone also. But he actually offered them compensation, and they wouldn't take it. They just wanted it to be put out there. So it is coming out on PC. It will release on console as a free update as well, and it's free on PC as well, but it is just going to come out on PC first. It is a randomizer mode, but it's pretty cool.
6 years is a long time.
Yeah, that's what's so neat. It's neat to see something official come out for a game, and this is not a grab to make more money.
No.
Because it's a free update. It's just neat to see it come out for something that you thought was dead.
Especially if you love it. Especially if you love Axiom Verge.
Yeah, it's cool. And it's cool for those 4 people who spent years working on it for it to become official. Like, they made a thing better.
I agree.
So, just a feel-good story. Quickly want to thank our patrons over at patreon.com/GameStitch. Friend of the show, Zach, Thomas, and Mike. We love you guys. You're the best. Looks like
the bestest.
Looks like Thomas and myself might be playing some Elder Scrolls Online because I purchased that.
Yes, you
some
did.
ESO, as the kids call it. That's what I'll be calling it when I'm trendy and in that world.
ESO.
I don't think they say it like that.
ESO.
I think they just say ESO.
That's how I say it. I forge my own path.
I get it. A guy that forges his own path sounds like a guy that should be playing ESO. Just saying. The game's all about forging a path, I think.
Is it?
So maybe that's your next purchase.
The
sale ends in 3 days from the time we record this. So sale ends on the 20th.
I already have it.
I'm telling everybody else.
Oh.
Or the 19th. So you have basically
Tuesday,
yeah. So, yeah, check it out. Thanks again, Zach, Thomas, Mike. And
we love you guys.
I love you a little more than Dan, but it's close.
You love me? You love them a little more than me?
I love more than you love them.
Oh.
Just a little bit. I mean, but you've been drinking all the time.
But I drink all the time, right? So,
yeah.
But I'm a binge drinker, so.
So your love is...
You can never count on my emotions.
Your love is number one for alcohol.
No.
And then they have to fall in behind there.
Right.
Have you ever thought you look like you drink all the time until now, or is that like a new... Like it just hits you?
No, I didn't use... there wasn't... In the past, no.
I guess my thing is, have you grown into this look, or do you think you just realized you had this look?
Well, I think for a long time, until probably a month or so ago, I never didn't have some form of facial hair. And I just, about a month, maybe 2 months, I just tried it,
And that's where the light bulb went off.
And then I've tried different things since, a light beard, just a goatee, just the chin strap.
What about just the mustache?
Just the mustache is not the way to go.
I'm just saying while you're trying
I did that
things,
and it immediately came
Oh,
off.
you did try it like at the safety of your own home?
Yeah, and immediately I was like, nope,
Did you look like,
this ain't happening.
Did you look like a pedophile?
But, I just didn't look right. Okay, we'll just put it that way.
There's a couple professions. You could be a police officer, you could be a firefighter, a painter, or a pedophile. All those I'll allow to have mustache only.
But since I've done all... Now, I can say when I shave everything, I look younger. I just look like a younger alcoholic.
Where do you land on? Do you want to look younger?
I don't care either way. But when I shave, it is pretty significant how many years I can shave off.
Now, I like just the Abe Lincoln.
You do, yes. You always have.
I don't like to have the mustache. Like, if you can see now, I have the drinker's mustache right now.
You do have the drinker's mustache.
Where it's like the long stubble.
Uh-huh.
I don't like that.
But yeah, I just, regardless, as I shave different ways, it changes my age. But all of them say you drink too much at that age.
Now, the lighting in here and also where I have the camera position, you're getting a good look at what I'll look like when I don't have hair but still have a beard. Look at that right there.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely.
That's a good look for what I'll look like as a bald gentleman with a beard.
That's you in the future.
Yeah, that's a flash forward for everybody.
Ryan. Time travel.
So we were talking about Baby Gerald when we saw that picture. If you look at me, the only difference from me and me 10 years ago is that my hairline is here now and it was here.
Right.
It's exactly the same. It's just slid back.
I remember.
I sent y'all the full photo.
I know. I saw the full photo.
I didn't see it. I'm going to check it out.
With the wife and the brother, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
So, out of all those, your brother's like the most striking right there. He looks super young. You and your wife still look like that. Just
Yeah,
yeah.
just longer hair.
But he looks like super young there. He had them hard bangs in the jail end too.
Whew. Emo bangs.
Yeah, he could have swooped them over to the side. You get them a little longer and go over one of the eyes.
Nah, not in 2003, bro.
Could have.
No, that was the look.
Yeah, I used to gel my hair pretty hard in 2003. To be honest with you, that was a junior in high school.
Yeah, that's how it was supposed to look.
I used to do the messy
You're like,
hair.
"Oh, look at me.
I did the messy hair
Look
look.
at me, I'm the drummer for Blink 182. That's what that says.
Yeah. Not Gerald though. Gerald looks like a professional right there.
He does. Gerald always looks professional.
You have a
He can't help it.
belt on? You look like you don't have a belt on, which is the only suspect thing I see. Yeah, you give me hard Zachery Ty Bryan vibes.
Yep.
I thought you said you get me
I
hard.
mean, you do, but
You did make an unfortunate pause.
no, there was nothing unfortunate about that pause. That's exactly how I wanted it to be. But yeah, I get hard Zachery Ty Bryan. You see, that's how I did it. Yeah.
Yep.
I get hard.
I do get the Zachery Ty Bryan vibes.
I still have that shirt.
I for some reason thought, damn, I was about to say I do get hard.
No.
You ever put that shirt on to feel skinny now?
Yeah, I meant to. I was supposed to wear it for somewhere, and then it was just way, way too big.
Yeah, there's no way that shirt fits
this
you.
Don't fit no more.
That shirt's baggy.
To be honest, that shirt looks a little big
That
there.
shirt was big on you then. But that used to be how you wore stuff.
Right.
Now everybody wears
yeah.
mediums.
No shit.
But back then you wanted things to be a little baggy. As a guy, and I'm still not a little guy, but as a guy that lost a lot of weight, I don't understand how short and long shirts are supposed to be. Because I had a belly for so long. I bought
that you
shirts
had to make your
long
shirt
to go to cover my stomach.
to cover the belly.
If you buy just a large shirt now, it's pretty short.
Yeah.
Like I bought a sweater the other night. I don't understand if it's too short or if I just don't have the confidence to have a shirt of that length. I can't tell which one of those things is true, or both of them. It might be too short, or I might just not have.
Well, I got to go back and forth because sometimes, depending on what the brand of the shirt is, I need either a large or a medium.
Yeah, I've settled in pretty comfortably at a large, but I've noticed with like polos, which is what I prefer to wear most of the time. I don't the length to me. I'm still used to having a stomach. That I'm like, is this shirt too short? Like, what if I put my hands up, which will happen 0 times during the course of any day?
Right.
I'm like,
but can you see my
yeah,
belly?
I'm like, what
Can
if
you
I
see
have to put my hands in the air? Can you see my tum tum?
Yeah, there's nothing worse than that, like 2 inches of belly showing.
Yeah, it's not it's gross. Like on a lady, I get it; it's attractive. On a dude, it's gross when you just see that belly peeking. But I wear an undershirt that's usually tucked in.
Well, that's good.
It's still you don't want to see it.
That's true.
So yeah, I'm trying to navigate the lengths of shirt. Gerald, do you have an issue with any of this? You didn't carry your weight like I carried. I carried mine like 7 to 8 month pregnant person. You just evenly distributed your weight. Also, you're not talking.
Yeah.
Oh, my belly.
But did you struggle with the length of shirts when you lost your weight? Because I don't know what to do right now.
Yeah, because some I bought some polo shirts, and they're like a little bit too short.
I don't think they are too short. I think it's mental.
Yeah, because I'm so used to having them longer.
I don't know what to do.
Covering now these shorter ones, I feel like, oh, you can see my crotch. Am I supposed to see my crotch?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about losing weight is you get the good look at your dick again. So, Dan's laughing real hard. You get a good look at your dick again.
I can't relate to any of this conversation.
Yeah. Man, I'm sorry. I lost 60 pounds all from my stomach. Like all of it. I look like a pregnant person. I just lost it all in my belly.
And now you can see your dick again.
Well, I've always been able to see it, but I can get a real good look at it now.
I got you. You don't have to lean over.
No, dick's just right there. I don't have to get any kind of angles or anything. But yeah, anyway, I'm just kidding about the dick thing. Not really. But shirts are weird now. I want to buy a large, tall. But I don't need that. I just, in my mind, that's what I want to buy that. So I just have that because I feel like it should hang down, like past my pant line. Whereas like, I think like a shirt's supposed to like stop at your pant line.
Right at your pant line or a little below it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. But shout out to all my skinny and fat people out there.
We love everybody.
Yeah. Equal opportunity here. I'm still thick. I don't want anybody to get concerned. I'm not going to lose a bunch of weight and get shredded. So no worries. You still go to the gym, Gerald?
No, not because the COVID thing. So I just
don't get COVID.
Go to the marina. I run down to the marina. I do stuff at the house.
You have like weights at the house? Kettlebells or something?
Yeah. I have one kettlebell, but a lot of dumbbells and rubber bands.
I got a couch and a recliner. That's what I got.
I pictured Gerald with a wife beater on in the garage, just with a. You like that?
Rocking the jorts and the
No,
heavy combat boots down there.
You know, like the cheap like bench press that people always have, like the $40 one from Walmart. Yeah, they're always in their garage. It's always like hot as hell in there, and they're always just in there just lifting like 300 pounds. That's what I picture Gerald doing at the house.
He might be.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No.
How often do you work out at home?
Every morning.
You got like the light ones. You're doing like cardio stuff?
Some.
Just.
Because I'm not trying to get swole.
No, you got to get shredded. You got to get those neck muscles.
Y'all are doing more than me.
So. No, y'all. Gerald's doing more than you. I'm probably doing close to what you're doing.
No, you're losing weight, so you're doing more than me.
Yeah, but I had weight to lose.
You're making some sort of... True. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
All right.
I am working on quitting smoking, though.
I'll believe that when I see it. That's no disrespect. It's just you've never wanted to work on quitting smoking.
I am now. I am now.
I used to always
I'm down to
ask Dan, I'm like, what would it take for you to quit smoking? He's like, I don't want to quit smoking.
You did, yeah. But no, now I'm in a different mindset now. I'm down to about a pack every 3 days.
Are you going to transition from
baby on the
smoking
way.
to like vaping and then to nothing, or do you want to go from smoking to?
I'm going to go straight to nothing.
Yeah.
Right now, really, the smoking that I am doing is just the habit smoking.
Yeah.
You know, that you smoke a cigarette when you get in the car. You smoke a cigarette when you first wake up in the morning. You smoke a cigarette after the meal. You know, it's mostly the habit smoking that I'm doing now.
That's good.
So I just got to get my head worked over that one.
Yeah, I guess those are probably the hard ones to cut out. Because for years, that's what you do.
Right.
Now, have you gone like candy? Like, are you having to replace like just?
I'm taking Shantex.
Okay. So you're doing the like a medically approved route. I know some people say like their hands and mouth just feel like they're not doing anything, so they'll do like suckers or whatever.
I'm not having any of that. You know, but that's what the Shantex does. Is it basically blocks those receptors.
Yeah. That's good.
But I'm still stuck on the habit stuff where this is what I do at this time, you know. I wake up in the morning, I have one. I have one right before I go to bed. I get in my truck and I have one.
And you're still doing those, right?
Yeah, those are harder to break. I'm down because in the morning I used to wake up in the morning and smoke 2 because, you know, you got to make up for the 8 hours.
Oh, would you smoke 2 back to back? Oh,
yeah.
Shit, that's a psycho
just
move.
In the morning. Just first thing in the morning.
Would you like one with the other?
No, I don't do the monkey fuck.
Is that that's called? That's my favorite move.
That's what it's called. That's
a
what
monkey
it's called.
fuck?
Yeah. So now I only smoke 1. Anytime I'm in, on my truck on my way to work, I only smoke 1, whereas before I could get 2 or 3 knocked out if I needed to.
Do you feel like, are you missing like those extras? Like on your drive?
Nope.
Good. How deep in the process are you?
It'll be a month tomorrow.
And you were, before starting, how much were you smoking?
Pack or a little more a day.
Yeah, that's a lot. How many cigarettes come in a pack? I don't even understand cigarettes.
20.
That's a lot. More than 20 cigarettes a day?
Sometimes, yeah. You don't smoke all of them.
It's like
that's a lot of cigarettes. As a guy that again, doesn't understand cigarettes. That's a lot.
Well,
It's not long things in your mouth.
Well, he's always
you don't always get to smoke a whole one. Sometimes you got to toss one
Yeah.
out. But yeah, pack a day.
Gerald. He's always been able to see his dick, so he needs something to excite him still. Yeah, he didn't have any new discoveries.
As long as you don't suck on the robot dicks,
I don't know
I'm
what
good.
that even means.
Me either.
The
Oh.
vaping.
I'll tell you, vaping makes me uncomfortable. Not from like a, I don't care if you do it. There's no way that that's good for you.
Those are my favorite things to do. Other things that aren't good for me.
Yeah. Yeah, the people who do things that are not good for them that know it's not good for them, I don't have a problem with that. But, you know, cigarette smoke is obviously smells bad. I have to breathe it in.
It
You know,
does smell
drinking
bad.
in excess, which make you impaired, could put me or someone I love at risk. You know, there are those things which I'm not a fan of. But if like you're at home getting shit faced, I don't care. This is zero to do with me. You know.
Like when we went up to the mountains, it's a 4-hour drive. I didn't have anything there. I didn't have anything back.
Now, did you smoke in the
Because the coal was in the
car with your wife, or would you just only when you were by yourself?
No. Only when
Okay.
it's me. Only in my truck. If we're in her Jeep, no.
You hotbox it?
But I would make her like pull over. Like,
Oh, really?
Pull over.
Oh, that's fucking
Yeah.
inconvenient.
Stop at this gas station.
That's
up
ultra
here.
inconvenient.
So, yeah. Life's unfair, dude. Don't
Oh,
give
you
a
can
fuck.
have one when we get
It was
home.
about me. It was about me at that point.
And what does she do when you're just smoking? Just sit in the car?
Or go in and go to the bathroom or get a snack.
That's
or
probably
something.
convenient for people because I'm like, we'll just make the 16-hour drive straight through. Halfway
Yeah,
through, I
no.
need you to climb out and refill the car while we drive. I'm not about stuffing.
I hate the drive anyway, so I'm always wanting to, but for some reason I want to prolong it as long as possible, and I stop.
Yeah.
So
All right, we got to end this show. It's super long and not that good.
yes, we do. Yeah.
We got to end it. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Good night. That's just a
Good
hard
night.
close.